we're 2 matches away from being done with this stream. St. Edward's going up against a Fisher squad that's trying to make amends. St. Edward's, can you get the job done? Let's find out.
Our journey through the lower bracket continues right here. Fisher taking on St. Edward's. We're finally here with our next best of 7 of the evening. St. Edward's losing to Northwood earlier today. Fisher taking down Maryville, and now they've clashed here, Hercules. Long day indeed, but for St. Edward's, feels like it has to have been quite long for them, as they did not have the success that they were hoping they would have against Northwood. And while some of those games were close, certainly left some meat on the table. But for Fisher, they cleaved all the meat off the bone that they could against Maryville. Very fast. And we casted that game, Hercules, and we saw the threat of not just Sosa, but Kinsey popping off in that game, and Money and Sosa obviously on the back end of it as well. So this is a tough matchup for sure. The desk sweeping predictions for Fisher College, but it is off the post, rebound good, and it's St. Edward's taking the first shot.
There you have it. St. Edward's are going to be the first ones to find a lead there. It was just a great placement right around Sosa on it. But how long does it last? Like we talked about before, Kinsey has been popping off today, and I don't know if many people expected that. I feel like after the performance from yesterday, after Sosa having all of his, solo plays out there, we were curious if he was going to, replicate what he did before. But maybe there's a chance. It's another series, another time for him to shine, as Sosa's the one to go up here. Dino's gonna bump him and take him out of the play.
Kinsey, though, gets another shot. Not quite done yet. His Money takes it across the box. But still, St. Edward's are getting back to these touches. Wellis jump ball. Sosa keeps it away from him. Backside, but nothing quite there, as Wellis took the touch out, and Fisher are having some struggles getting back on offense. Dino back over to Drewy. Drewy going deep for it, and he tried to stay behind the ball on that play, but just got a little too far to the side of it. Money and Sosa combined to get the clear.
Here comes Dino, still in the mid. Drury's gonna drive this one forward. 3 minutes left. St. Edward's still holding on to their 1-goal lead, trying to turn it into 2. Wellis getting around 1. Can he get past Sosa? Not quite. But they are playing a patient game. I feel like it's a good sign that St. Edward's has been able to stay in this half long enough, and there it is. This second shot comes through.
That was a great start for St. Edward's. Drury drilling through Money on that challenge, and Wellis just beats Sosa. Sosa was pretty quick off the line, but he recognized in the last second how quickly that shot was coming in. Wellis delivers, and now you're talking about a little bit of comfort for St. Edward's. 2 goals up on Fisher. I mean, you saw how the desk felt about this matchup. St. Edward's, it was the same story against Northwood, Hercules, that if they had a shot against Northwood, they had to start early, they had to score often. And right now, that's what they're doing against Fisher College. Wellis, backboard clean for another clear.
Yeah, they definitely are. They're holding their own right now. I will give them that. I do get nervous, though, because from what I saw yesterday, Fisher, even if they lose that game 1, right, that is more than enough time for this team to learn from mistakes, adapt, and then formulate a new plan headed into game 2. So either we are about to see real-time adaptation as Sosa resets this one towards that net. Nothing really going to come of it, but for now, Fisher playing catch-up feels a little bit weird, but they have the capability, as always, it's always going to be said, they have the capability to figure their opponents out.
Well, they need to get something figured out. And how about a 3-point passing play to split the lead? It took him about a minute and a half to register another shot on net, but it starts with Money, continues with Kinsey, and finishes with Sosa. It's a passing play that you don't really see too often these days with how fast teams are. Usually that ball gets muddied up, challenged on its way to the second or third man, but all 3 connect on the point. And that's exactly how Fisher will get back into the game. Sosa will try to keep that push going. Money underneath Dino. And Money and Dino were exchanging niceties before the game had started, reminiscing about the old days when they had played back in the day, in the 2018 days, saying, wow, it's crazy. Never expected to be playing against you in 2023. But here they are. And you know, that's been around and been competing for so long. Those kind of stories tell themselves.
Yeah, I mean, you know, things in the CRL world or sphere have, you know, kind of been changing a lot. You have players from all over the scene starting to join into the CRL universe, and having them, you know, schools like Fisher join on in. It's never a bad thing. I've said it from the moment, you know, this school joined. It really is just a level up. They help raise everybody's expectations for themselves, and I feel like that's exactly what's happening, right? St. Edward's is probably playing a lot harder and more calculated than they ever have, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
And a good thing for Fisher is this pressure they're developing, but Money's last man back. Great job protecting that ball in the midfield. Passed down under to Kinsey. Tried to find Money midair, who had no boost left. Now Sosa has to buy some time because Money gets deleted and time is running out. St. Edwards have done the job on defense. Now they just need to hold on to the ball. Oh, Drewy just kicks it away. I don't know why you would just give up possession to Money. They can absolutely destroy you, but hey, Drewy gets the demo. Kinsey's gone. Dino in front of the box. And, well, you got to put the ball on the ground. That's the oldest rule. Well, the oldest rule in Rocket League is keep the ball up for as long as possible at 0 seconds. But if you want to win the game, put the ball on the ground. And Fisher aren't letting it happen. Dino says, screw it. We're going to put a third in. Money says, no, you're not. Dino says, yes, I am. Now let's move on to game 2, please. Game 1 going to St. Edwards.
I like the no you're not, yes I am. It's still going. And he does it. 3-1. St. Edwards taking Fisher College down in game number 1. That is a huge statement to be coming out in this series because realistically, they are coming in as an underdog. I don't doubt their capabilities of being able to put up a fight against Fisher. I'm just more nervous for what Fisher's response to this loss is going to look like, especially from Sosa. My eyes are on him despite Kinsey having the incredible day that he has had today. Sosa having a pop-off moment is probably the scariest situation you could be placed in today.
Now, we are going to be picking up a new server. Sosa was having some intermittent issues before the series began. It had cleaned up right before we had got started. At the end of that game, decided that a new server was necessary, so we are getting that set up as soon as possible to get into game number 2, and we'll see if that does the difference for Sosa and company on Fisher. But don't let that take away from what St. Edwards did in that first game. They scored early, they scored often, and then they held onto a lead. It took a very fast 3-point passing play to get by the St. Edwards defense. But despite that, St. Edwards, they really didn't let the foot off the pedal when they got a chance. Played solid defense when they needed to. They did every single thing right. I'm especially impressed with Drewy. I thought Drewy got picked on a couple of times in the Northwood series. That time, grabbed every single touch, didn't really have any missed touches, and really that's all you can ask for St. Edwards is take care of the ball, don't give up free touches. I will say near the end of the game, Drewy did just punch the ball into the corner, and with time expiring when you had the lead, and I think you do have to have a little bit more awareness than that because the game went on for about 30 more seconds than it probably should have, and a team like Fisher can absolutely punish you in that moment. You can't make little mistakes like that. It didn't end up biting them in the end, but it's those little things that matter in situations like this, especially against a team like Fisher College.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a really interesting match. Usually I don't say that there's like swing matches this early on, especially like in a game 2, but all the credit, you know, to Fisher College. There's got to be like a level of respect, right? That you know that they could come out swinging here, like all get out. But St. Edwards, like you said, Wellis, I think he looked incredible. I think there's moments in where cleanup would definitely make them look a little bit more secure. But the same could be said for Fisher, right? I feel like today they haven't really, and again, this is comparing to Fisher standards, haven't really had the cleanest of days. I don't know if that is a hot take, but
You say Fisher haven't had the cleanest of days?
Yeah, I don't know. Something about Sosa not being that like front runner striker makes me feel like the vibe is like a little bit off. But then they were really lucky that like Kinsey was having an extremely good day today. But I feel like
what about that Game 5 Sosa? What about the Game 5 money fake with Sosa?
They came back. The little pass and play that the two of them had at the end in that Game 5. That was one of those like, oh okay, it's happening again. But I need to see that in Game 2. Otherwise, I'm gonna be like, okay, there's actually a chance St. Edwards is gonna take this the distance.
Well, I liked how you talked about Wellis, but I also liked how Dino was looking. Made a lot of strong touches that away from the Fisher rotation, helped keep Fisher out of the midfield on a couple of plays as well. But this Fisher team was so fast on the counterattack, and St. Edwards were able to limit their shot total. So if you can prevent Fisher from building pressure and you find a way to stop their counterattack, I mean, you'll probably have a good time in the rest of this series, but we'll see what happens in Game 2. You know, Fisher, they drop games all the time and then get it figured out mid-series and end up closing things down. So we are still trying to get our next, we're testing everything to make sure the server is good to go, and then we will be in the lobby and going.
Yeah, we're just waiting to get things restarted here. Should be up fairly quickly. But chat, I didn't predict this time. So who did y'all predict? Because I wanna know if everybody's like questioning their predictions now that I've been doing like these kind of like random ones. If anybody did something like crazy.
All right, looks like we got that. Sorry, I was having to hop into the lobby at the Jorby effect here. Finally getting in, and I believe we are about to get started in game number 2 here on Deadeye Canyon Oasis. Wellis, Dino, and Drewy gotta find a way to take down Fisher 2 times in a row in the series. The best of 7's underway again.
All right, let's get back into this game number 2 here. If you guys are just tuning in, we had a server reset, so there has been a little bit of time between game 1 and 2, which I feel should be mentioned. A lot of the times when there is that unintentional, pause, it can allow you to reset your mental a little bit and kind of reset the game plan coming into this one with a new vibe. So hopefully that is what Fisher College is going to do with for now. Kinsey is going to pop this one up into the sky. Sosa is going to take a wide shot at this. And Dino, he's got the transitional clear for St. Edwards early in game 2.
Oh, Kinsey may have had Sosa there, but it was a hard ball. Sosa opted to let it go and just continue to try to build pressure. Wellis went for the quick out, cut off nicely by Sosa. St. Edwards' defense still very good, getting that ball back out to midfield. Dino getting a chance to pop it over Sosa, but that's going to be a tough one. And pinched it as well. Forcing St. Edwards' rotation to respect anything that Fisher throw with them. And how about throwing a forced own goal? Money made it impossible for Drewy to save, and he ended up pinballing it into his net.
Oh man, that is, it's unfortunate, but it also is such a nice shot there. Fisher College
Great shot.
Get their opening goal in a great way. It's a tilter on the reel. It's a little bit frustrating that you couldn't pop that one just high enough to get out of that net, and then the forced own goal it's crazy.
Not how you want the first goal to go in at all if you're Drewy, especially when you started off with momentum on your side. Now you got to find a way to come back. Wellis, no contacts. Sosa will kill it back to the corner. Maybe a setup here from Dino to Drewy, but that was a hard hit off the corner, and he got flushed out of the play anyway. And around the corners we still go. See if St. Edwards find a way in. But again, they're just having to avoid orange cars. Wellis, good soft touch. Can he get it around Money, though? That's the hard part, is he had a lot of momentum that he caught. Despite the soft touch, full boost into it. Money never really left the play. St. Edwards never really left offense. They let this one go. Wellis, he tried again for a soft touch, but it got away from him. Full boosted into that play. I think it came to him a little faster than he was anticipating. So St. Edwards, instead of keeping that high-octane, supersonic offensive push going, they had to restart from their own end. And hey, you get downfield. Well, it's to Dino, denied by Sosa. Kinsey able to bomb it. And Sosa maybe on the counterattack. They still play, and Money's left it. And it's boomed back downfield.
I saw the idea from Sosa. There just wasn't that communication with his teammate on it. And the other crazy part is for all the amount of pressure I have felt that St. Edwards has been putting onto Fisher College on offense, only 3 shots have been registered, which makes me a little worrisome. I'm glad that they can keep all this pressure, but you gotta make it accurate and threatening. And hopefully this one can be. This one is gonna get registered. Sosa will get the save on it though. This one gets popped up into the sky from the corner down. Dino gonna try and take a shot, but Money sends him right back into the mid.
I really wonder what happened to Wellis earlier on that attempted demo shot, because he ended up flipping off the ball. He had only Kinsey to beat in net. Now he's got a reset, maybe 2 resets. But no, that one flips away from him. Drewy. Actually, Kinsey getting a couple of bumps. Now Drewy trying for a reset, but that's a heavy touch. Dino gonna sit back. Wellis gonna take the pass. Bouncer. St. Edwards. They're getting back to their touches, but it's a little awkward. Still working. Somehow it's falling around, and Wellis has scored.
That one made me really nervous with the sheer amount of bouncing it was doing in the net. But this is exactly what St. Edwards needed. They needed a tie, but they needed a confidence booster in this one. There was too many shots being taken for something to have not found its way through yet. Finally, it does. Back on even playing ground between these two schools, and Sosa, he wants out of his half. He doesn't want to stay in there for as long as he did in the last one, but Wellis, he's got other plans to say about this. Money drives him upfield. Wellis is going to try and race back to beat the shot, but you can't. Kinsey is just faster.
Yep, Kinsey's just faster, Money's just faster, and it makes it easy. Wellis, who was supposed to be on the defense, well, he got chipped up, and he was literally taken for a ride on another Octane. It took him forever to get back into the rotation. The demo obviously made things a little bit worse for St. Edwards, and now things get a little bit harder. Wellis gets the catch from Dino. A little chain dash shuffle as well, but that's not going to get much done for you. That shot is taken out by Sosa. No problem. Wellis still got control, though. 1 reset, 2 resets. Does he have a third? Oh! Why would he have a third? He was just trying to flip into it. Sosa got back up on that play, but really trying to get Mekki with it. Drewy, here he goes off the board. It's taken away. All off. And almost had it. A couple of solo chances here for St. Edwards, trying to show their mechanical filth, but they can't really throw any of that dirt onto Fisher. They got nothing to show for it. Money got in front of the ball again. He wants a reset, and that's what happens. Like, just as whiffs are contagious, so are resets. As soon as one player starts going for him, everyone in the lobby, it's like, yeah, I can go for that too. Dino tried to get it. Money challenged him away.
10 seconds is all that remains. Kinsey, he's just going to try and waste all of it. However, before, this ball got kept up for quite some time. Low boost in the tank. This one gets driven forward. The shot sent off, I believe, by Money here. Kinsey's going to make a clear into the mid. Wellis keeps it up high. Money wants to kill the ball, and he does. Fisher College equalized that series here, which is good news for them. They drove up the pace of play, I would say, in that second half of the game fairly well. But man, Fisher, it is a crazy statement to say, but I feel like they kind of got their work cut out for them with this St. Edwards squad.
This is the craziest. Okay, it updated. That was crazy for a second. Did you see the scoreboard? It was like Kinsey and Money had like under 100 points. If you win with under 100 points, that would be, with 2 players under 100 points, that would be crazy. But obviously, that did not happen. And normal scores are up there now. But you're absolutely right. Sosa came alive in this game, especially on the defensive end with 5 saves. And really, I thought St. Edwards played a pretty decent game, especially near the end. They found some success breaking through with mechanical plays, forcing unfavorable challenges, but Fisher's defense was just a little too strong for them. And then they caught St. Edwards out on that second goal by getting physical, delaying St. Edwards' rotation. And that's what Fisher did against Maryville. You remember Maryville were playing really solid defense against them. What's the one thing that broke through? Physicality, and maybe we've said that a million times, but there have been a million matches where defense has been playing well and physical play breaks it open. Same deal here for Fisher as we head to game 3.
Yeah, it's a huge factor in a series like this where things are so close and you're kind of having these like 1-2 goal games, right? Opening up opportunities for yourself where, you know, defense has really been holding you back from having more chances. That's pretty much everything. So we've seen that Fisher's capable of just taking people off the field once they decide that they feel like that is what needs to happen. The question is, can St. Edward's match that energy? Can they meet that level of physicality to open up some opportunities for themselves? Or do they continue to just try and go for the solo plays that break past the defense?
Well, let's back to Dino. St. Edward's almost brought the heat. But Fisher got the fire extinguisher. Now one gets demoed. Drewy denied again. Money getting in the way. Wellis, one tap. He's got to let it drop. 2 taps for Drewy and taken back over to the side wall. Look at all the space for Dino. Wide open. Back to Drewy. Redirect. Denied. No third man either, so Money gets control. Drewy's actually the last one back. Money lets it go. Oh, the mind games there from Money. You got to respect the flick threat. Fisher, they deny them again. A great defensive try to clear it out. Dino gets a little space, then they get stuffed. A demo on the backside by Kinsey. Money stuffs them in the midfield on a 50-50. And now look, Kinsey's got full control as he takes one back to the wall, looking for a pass. Sosa denied. St. Edward's playing well enough.
Keeping it going is Money. 2 touches all the way down. The follow-up doesn't find its way through from Sosa, but that looked like clinical Fisher working together to get this one through. This one will find its way. Sosa with the Fisher goal.
Well, Sosa avoids the homing missile as he jumps for this shot. Drewy missed his target, and somehow, Wellis, despite getting a touch onto it, was flying too far back. Sosa picks up a big goal here for Fisher at the start, but what a setup from his team. And already in the first minute and a half, you had Kinsey getting a savior medal as well. A lot of defense, and then the quick counterattack continues to be lethal for Fisher.
Here comes Kinsey over Dino. And the demo takes him off field just for a short moment here. This one off the backboard. There's the opportunity if Sosa wanted to take it. Instead, Wells is going to dribble this one all the way down into the mid. Dino's going to push this one forward. Sosa, nice backboard read, just taking his time. One pass to the other to send Fisher back into the blue side. And they want to have that mid on lock there because these big clears are starting to come into play. And if you can hold them down and stop them in their tracks, it's going to be a lot easier to stay on that St. Edward's side. If that's exactly what you want, and I think that's what they do. Money drives this one forward. Drury tries to send it out, but Kinsey's got other plans. He's ready to challenge up in the sky.
Oh, good steal again from Money. Dino rotating back in as Kinsey flies. Wellis turns it away. Wellis, nice catch, looks for the pass. And turned out. Demo from Kinsey. Sosa, that was not the touch he wanted. Now he's got to make an improv work, and he couldn't. Wellis off the ceiling on the counter. That one slips through once. Wellis with inertia got a pass. Sosa cut it off.
This one up high. Here comes Money. Oh, leaves it. Kinsey's going to use it as an opportunity to take a shot. It's well wide, and Wellis takes it back. St. Edward's really kind of struggling to find anything right now. This is one of the few times I've seen them in a minute or so be able to break into that Fisher half again, and it's short-lived. Kinsey wanted to get the pass over to Money. Not the best positioning where he could have driven it forward. Instead, they go back, and a shot gets registered off the post, and Drewy's got the follow-up.
Such a great attempt here from Dino. Putting this on the right side, and he gets a perfect bounce for Drewy to pop it over Kinsey's head. And you were wondering when they'd finally break through that Fisher line. And despite out-shooting Fisher before that goal even happened, they were unable to do anything about it. But they get a great shot from Dino. I really want to call him Dino. But Dino gets that shot. It bounces perfectly out, and sometimes you need the bounce to go your way. Can St. Edward's capitalize on that, though? That's the big question. Because Fisher, you know they're going to bring more heat. Sosa off the wall. Back wall's defended well. Kinsey will stay back with it. Ooh. Not hold on to that power slide. They might get punished for this. Wellis, one touch. Wellis denied, but still more pressure coming for St. Edward's. Drop pass. Dino off the par again.
Everything has always just been right off the mark for this school, and it's so unfortunate because you can see how calculated some of these plays are becoming for St. Edwards, and they're going to try again here. Defense seems to be lacking just a little bit, and Wellis takes no double tap off the back to give St. Edwards their lead.
Well, let's look at you go here off the ceiling, double tap, boom, baby. That is how you explode into the lead. Trying to make a statement here against Fisher in game number 3. Not gonna let them easily walk in stacking wins. Wellis, he wants to keep going, forcing one Fisher player off the ball. But it is killed again, 40 seconds left. Dino on top of the ball, and St. Edwards aren't done. Off the corner, Drewy and Dino double commit. And that forces Wellis into a tough spot, but Money gets bumped. Sosa trying to protect the ball and trying to get Fisher a tied game.
Here comes Drewy. No boost in the tank, but at least able to keep this in that Fisher half there. You want to waste as many seconds as you can off of this clock. This could be dangerous, though, if Sosa's ready to take this one to the sky. You see Kinsey already bumping Wellis in net. They're prepared for a level of aggression that could have worked out in their favor, but all the time in the world is being wasted for Fisher, as this one, it's still up. It's not impossible. One reset, board's over. Drewy wants to kill the ball. This one's gonna go ceiling and down. Sosa catches it. The bump opens up the opportunity to take a shot, but this ball immediately sent to the ground by Dino, and St. Edwards take another game.
St. Edwards up in the series, and off of a great performance from Wellis, sitting at the top of the leaderboard. Well deserved with that shot that he had, but not just that shot, also the mechanics have just looked really solid. He has had really smooth approaches, good ball control today, at least in this match, and that is huge for St. Edwards. If Wellis continues to look like this, that might be enough to beat this Fisher team. Fisher, they do have Sosa as their own mechanical master, but is that going to be enough with the way Drewy and Dino are playing? Great compliments. You had Kinsey with 5 saves sitting at the top of the scoreboard for Fisher. They only had 4 shots on net, Herc, despite St. Edwards having 10 shots. They're getting outshot, outgunned right now in game 3. Fisher need another answer.
Yeah, it is very intense how hardcore St. Edwards has been on offense when they have the opportunity, which is an incredible thing and an incredible feat to even be able to accomplish against a school like Fisher. However, they are low-key a masterclass on defense, so you got to kind of keep them there, because the moment Fisher gets to go back on the offensive front and take the attacks again, it's a whole other fight. You can even see, I believe, Sosa on camera, just like he's itching to get back into this matchup. He looks ready. He looks hungry for another win.
And some people, might be thinking in this game, like, wow, St. Edwards, maybe there was a little bit more than what everyone thought was going to happen, because he had the desk, sweep picking Fisher College. But look, Fisher College, they made it to the grand finals of CRL Worlds. They sit near the top of the East. And the way St. Edwards looked against Northwood, you were thinking that, well, you go down to the lower bracket and you run into another juggernaut. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to be picking you to win this series. You're going to have to show us something that we didn't see before. And that's what we are seeing. We're seeing Wellis come alive, and everyone knows the ability Wellis does have. But whether he's meeting that potential in a series is, he either is or he isn't. It's not something he's on all the time. Kinsey will get the first goal of the game to start for Fisher College.
You talk about whether he was able to be on it or not. Kinsey today, at least, has absolutely been on it in every series he has played. Every time we have seen him, he has been at the forefront of the attacks for Fisher College, which is such a good thing. I think Fisher, they need to kind of have everybody popping off, right? You can't really just have one person. So the fact that Sosa has been doing wonders on the defense to push this ball forward. Now Money gets to take a shot of his own at it. Drewy, of course, is going to send him off. But Fisher College, everybody equally playing, not even necessarily at a peak, just consistent, is more than enough to try and take a school like St. Edwards down now that they have a lead.
Gelling like a giant vat of honey. And Kinsey got the pop. But there's Wellis again. Neutral hop to stay on his approach. Kinsey. Nice follow-up touch. Dino got a bump, though. Drewy puts it high. Wellis gets a demo. And look at that. You talked about it. All three players hive-minding right now. Everyone contributing. The timing on their defense, perfect. The demo's coming in at the perfect time. The touch is coming in at the perfect time. That one's a little heavy, though. And the bump from Drewy almost came in. Wellis follows up on the 50. Dino kicks it over to the corner. Wellis steals the boost. Dino takes the shot. Drewy playing close. Dino! Drewy, goal!
There was so much, so fast. Drewy took this one to the corner and tried to get the angle. It was actually Money getting the two touches that attempted to save it, that set up a perfect shot for them in general. Now you have to kind of regain from this and quickly, because St. Edward's is probably going to ride a little bit of a high after that one. So Fisher College, don't freak out. You're good. Just sit back and do what you were doing before. Go back to the hive mind, connection, that the little bit of a flow state that nobody was able to interrupt.
Well, the dunk again. Drewy gets there in time. Fisher trying to heat it back up. Nice shot from Sosa. There's the star player. Shows up right when he's needed. 2-1 for Fisher.
This is exactly what you needed. Right place, right time, nice, calculated, and through. Fisher College back in a lead with half the game left to go here. Now, St. Edward's could go match point if they're able to come back and win this one, but Fisher College, they've been kind of playing like the one-off wins in this series, which honestly is pretty interesting, and props to St. Edward's on that one. Nice shot here, Dino. Great goal line save. Keeping them out. 2 minutes left to go. More than enough time for Fisher College to extend their lead.
Oh, Wellis has control of it. Money jumping for it with no boost. Got him off his reset and delivers the clear before he's sent to the grave. Sosa got the 50. Now Fisher get to play more offense. Sosa gets deleted, actually. Drewy just trying to force the ball back out. Money kicks it away from him. We're under 2 minutes to play here. Game number 4. St. Edward's would love to tie this up again, and they'll take that whiff. Drewy will take that 50. They'll also take that demo, but can they punish them? Sosa flying in, got the save. St. Edward's have to try again, everyone off the ball. Sosa just keeps getting deleted. Man hasn't been on the pitch for more than 3 seconds in the last 30. Here's another for Drewy as he's got the carry, boosts underneath, got the pop on the dribble, trying to get Sosa, he leaves it, and there's no play left here for St. Edward's. Sosa gets the carry out, Fisher, big counter, it's still falling. Looks like safe for now for Wellis.
It has been one attempt after the other from St. Edward's. Maybe another one here. Sosa's touch disrupts this attempt at a shot from the mid. A minute left to go. Drop down. Wellis' touch actually puts it in a position for Money to regain control for Fisher College, and now Sosa's going to slow things down a little bit. You saw the bump. Sosa's trying to break his way through, and he wins the 53-1 at 48.
Sosa knows he's got Wellis coming back. He knows he's got also Dino coming back. So what does he do as soon as he sees Dino? He flings himself off the ball, anticipates the read, and times it perfectly on the dunk. Dino got absolutely eviscerated by Sosa on that play. Now he's trying to bump him. He paves the path for Wellis. St. Edward's are done.
If they do it to you, do it back. There was the bump. Wellis with the follow-up off the backboard. 43 seconds. That's it. It seems like a lot and not a lot at the same time, but at St. Edward's, you only need one to tie things up against this school. You've got momentum driving forward. You know that aggression has been the answer to get breaking past the defense, but you got to do it again. Here comes this ball up into the sky. Money's going to drive it towards that St. Edward's half. Sosa's going to take a long shot. It's slow enough that it gets saved with 30 seconds left.
Drewy on the carry, trying to dribble it out. Money takes it away from him. Dino's got a little bit of space. Kinsey takes it away and utilizes it perfectly. Wellis back out to the corner, running out of time. St. Edward's, that's the wrong way. Dino barely avoids the bump and gets the save. Still coming up. Fisher, Sosa denied. Time running out. They gotta go now. Drewy on the catch. He's got no boost. He's got to pop it. He gets it across. They're coming, but it drops in front of the box. Fisher tie the series.
That was it. He just needed to be a little bit closer. Fisher College just, I don't want to say squeak by with that one. They definitely were in control for the majority, but they definitely can breathe a little bit after how close that last attempt was. What is this? 14 shots to 6.
He was right there, Herc. He was right for the ball.
It was that last one. That's one of those moments that you're like, if I had just like gone a half a second faster earlier, you're gonna sit there and think about it for a while.
Oh, man. And Drewy. Look, first of all, the saves on St. Edward's, hilarious to me. Everyone getting the savior medal on St. Edward's. And Fisher, you see, just not nearly as few shots as last time. They got 4 in game number 3. Yeah, how about 14, like you said? That is, that's a great improvement for them. But man, that St. Edward's push at the end. If Drewy is first man, that's scary. That's scary. He's able to roll around and create some opportunities. He got that goal that tied it up earlier. This is coming down to individual moments for all 6 of these players. Who makes the play in the moment right now? That seems to be who's going to win the game between both squads. We're going at least 6 with this one, Hercules. Let's get game 5 underway.
Here we are. We're nice and back into the series. Wellis trying to drive St. Edward's to an early game lead here, but 2 St. Edward's players makes me a little bit nervous on that one. Don't want to rush too much. And everybody fairly close up. There's a difference between overconfidence and then like overcommitting. And St. Edward's is giving me like right on the pendulum of that.
Cool. We'll see if they can find the proper commitment. Wellis with no boost, not much else he can do. He did a little bit more than maybe expected of him. Well, Fisher, Money trying to screen across for that bump. Truly getting starved. Wellis on 23, Dino on 30. Small pad game for Wellis, kicks Money out of the play. Decent boost management right now for sticking on low boost, everyone on small pads, but you see what that's kind of forcing St. Edward's to do. They can't really go out and get every challenge that they want to. And Drewy finally got a full tank of boost, can get them back out. So now you've done the job on defense. You've gotten out through the midfield. Now comes the pressure. Dino, pass to Wellis. Wellis shot up a little high and the board. Wait, that's not a great... Actually, it was a great touch from Kinsey to get it back to Sosa. Dino high off the board. It falls straight down, and here comes that St. Edward pressure. More. Drewy locks it down for Wellis. Wellis, it's a great catch. And he's got the feather, and he's got the bird, but he dropped the reset the last second. Dino got deleted. Drewy last back, got the touch off the corner. Man, really feels like they're about to explode at any second, or it's going to be Fisher who cause an implosion on St. Edward's, but they somehow slow it down, and it's stolen away by Wellis, who continues to be annoying for Fisher to deal with. Drewy over 1. No shot for Wellis, but he does get in the way. So this play simply will not end. Wellis getting in front of it and is pushed out to the side. Fisher desperately looking for a way out. Kinsey using the drag to get that touch on the back side of the attacker, and finally Fisher through.
And I don't know how long that is going to be lived, as Fisher might already be getting sent back into their own half. Kinsey is going to have something to say about it when he has the time. And just slowly inching forward is St. Edward's getting out of their own half. This ball is going to bounce up. Drewy's going to try and make the race for the shot. He does, and it's through. St. Edward's, they take a lead in game 5.
And this is what I'm saying with Drew. He recognizes, all right, Money, he's going up the wall. I got to beat him with momentum. That's the only way I'm going to trip Money up on this play. He's got low boost, so his options are limited. So he just gets a nice touch, pops it up, just try to hit the ball with power. Maybe you beat Money on that play. But that is exactly the formula that's worked for Drewy. Let me just play this fast and see if I can trip him up. That time it worked. Dino almost splits the gap. Sosa makes the read. Dino pass. Drewy saved by Money. Well, Wellis waits for the next touch from Kinsey. He's got the grab. Maybe a winger if he can flush it out. Actually, how about a 50 to smack it right down in front of the wall? Dino up high. Drewy down low, looking for the goal. Dino gonna keep it away from the Fisher rotation and get a bump. That creates a little bit of space for Wellis. On 2 resets, boy, he really is trying for the flip reset record on Fisher College, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he wants to hit a clip if he can at some point, but right now you just need goals. That is the priority, is to continue to extend your lead, because who else can reset? Everybody on Fisher. So you gotta be really careful that if they decide to start bringing out the mechs, it could get dangerous for you. 1, 2, this one off the backboard, this one goes wide. St. Edwards have to try again, but you know Fisher College is shaking, or at least their heart rate is up just a little bit after these bumps are starting to come through.
Well, Dino's going full T-Rex on the pitch right now. He's been hunting for demos every single time he gets off the ball, and he's been successful most of the time. Those bumps are certainly causing a little bit of chaos on the Fisher rotation. Now a ball bounces in front. That shot is not good at all. Sosa gets a chance to break out, and now Fisher have a chance to tie. Sosa going straight down. He left it for Money, but Money had to play it safe. He saw Dino right there. I didn't see a favorable way in. Now he gets a bump. Kinsey waits for it, but Wellis saved his dodge. Sosa got up in front of Dino, but Dino puts it on top of him. And St. Edwards quick on defense, and they break out. That's a high bounce off the ramp. Kinsey has ID'd the space. Gets the bump. Back to Sosa. Backside shot. Kinsey no dunk. Wellis waits for him. And now Fisher keep on going. Money to Sosa. He's levitating, but magnetic levitation simply is not the answer for Sosa. Nothing seems to be the answer for Fisher. They're diving in front of this ball, creating opportunities, but St. Edwards are closing every single one. Wellis coming across, no bump, and coming on the shots. Sosa got there, no problem. 10 seconds remain. Still St. Edwards holding them down. Money got the touch. Wellis trying to hold him back. Kinsey looking for one, but guess who is there? One large Dino to drop it on the ground, take you out of the pitch. Wellis got it. St. Edwards, match point.
This is such an incredible showing from St. Edwards, but realistically a defensive almost masterclass. And I'd say almost because I have no idea what the Fisher response is going to be after this one. Now, granted, this is a 1-goal win. A lot of these games have been by 1 goal. You are, I feel like against a school like Fisher, right? It is fair to say you are almost squeaking by. Fisher College put so many attempted shots, because I say attempted because only 5 were registered, but it felt like 100, and St. Edwards defended every single attempt at a passing play, a waterfall down shot. Anything Fisher thought was creative enough to get past them wasn't, which is huge for St. Edwards. So now St. Edwards are like, okay, you just gotta rinse and repeat exactly what you did, but the question is, does somebody on Fisher finally pop off enough, like we've seen in the past, like we've seen today and yesterday, enough to demolish St. Edwards' defense?
Hey, St. Edwards are. You said earlier you weren't sure if they're peaking or not. I'll say it. St. Edwards.
They are.
They're kind of peaking at the moment. No, wait. Wellis hasn't hit the clip. If Wellis hits a clip,
Willis hasn't hit the reset clip
then you're
yet.
peaking. Well, you know what? Your team peaking, Wellis, and to me, that's more important than an individual clip for you. And the win, obviously, most important. There is a timeout for Fisher College, and they're gonna try to just reset the mental here as they get into the next game. This team has no need for extra boosts of confidence. They got a ton of confidence on this team between all 3 players. And so without any of that lacking, it just comes down to execution. And I think St. Edwards are literally out executing. You said it yourself, Herc. Fisher, they tried to dice them several different ways, but St. Edwards had them on red the whole way on defense. There was just no way in. And I think the St. Edwards approach was, okay, Dino, you get in, get the touch, fine. After that, he's just gonna go delete you or get a couple of bumps. He wasn't the only one doing it, but he was getting the most effective ones. And we talked about physicality and how important that was for Fisher, not just against this team, but also against Maryville earlier today. And now they're getting outboxed in the ring. Can they handle business on Neo Tokyo? and head to Champions Field, or will yet another team be added to Neo Tokyo's ever-growing scrapyard?
Well, the answer to that question is certainly going to be answered within the next few moments here. For now, Money. He's here. He's ready to play. He got his little breakaway moment there, past Wellis, past Dino, to an open net opportunity.
And it was bumping Dino out of the way. A physical play to actually break down that St. Edward's defense. And it works literally 23 seconds into the game. Drewy, how fast has he been to the ball today, too? Like, that's, to me, biggest glow up between series has been Drewy. Him against Northwood compared to him against Fisher, two completely different players. He has not really cost his team many opportunities, if any. Fisher has had to generate their own through creativity, whether it be through mechs or physicality. So I've been impressed with overall how he's been playing, and I certainly think that has helped St. Edward's big time in the series, putting them in match point.
I absolutely agree. I think that he's been such an adaptive player throughout this series and throughout his series, throughout the day in general. Just very much understanding what his role is on his team, how aggressive he needs to be or not needs to be, right? Because sometimes knowing when you don't need to be very, very intense, right? That actually could benefit your team so much more than trying to be the person that does it all. And right now, everybody on the end of St. Edward's, they kind of know their roles. Granted, yes, they are down 1 right now, but they are holding on. And here comes Drury driving that ball forward. Kinsey gonna send him off. Money pops this one up into the sky. Can he get past Wellis? Not quite. Goes down to mid, but Sosa with a nice flick over 1 doesn't mean it is enough to get past Dino and St. Edward's.
Wellis in the air, reset. Has really been relying on those in the series. And I do think it's been to the benefit mostly for St. Edward's. Drury is just trying to buy some time. Still, the shot's going to come. Drury still has to make the save. Everyone was kind of tied up in the rotation there for St. Edward's. An awkward spot for sure. But also Fisher weren't in a position to penalize it. Kinsey staying on top of this one. Sosa also in the area. Looking for the boost steal. He's not going to get it. St. Edward's stable on defense for now. Kinsey back to Money. Money feels Drury coming. Well, that was a heavy touch from Sosa. He made up for it, but again, it's not the one you want if you want control of the ball. Now Money's got to try his hand. He does get through Dino. But the battle continues for possession. Fisher slowly getting more and more of it. Sosa coming across. Kinsey couldn't get the bump. And that leaves Drury available to clear it out. Oh, this one's dangerous. Drury pass to Wellis. Backside of Money. Easy to let it go for Sosa.
Here comes Sosa trying to drive this one forward. Drury, though, I like these challenges from him. They've been extremely disruptive to Fisher, whether it's as a team or up against individuals, allowing St. Edward's to have these transitions that they so desperately need right now. And there he is again in the mid. Money, though, able to get past Dino. Sosa's up next. He wanted to touch on that ball, but instead it was just a little bit of discombobulation there for it. That was a nerve-wracking redirect for Fisher, not necessarily for St. Edward's. You know, that probably felt really nice.
Wellis got a steal again, but two are able to get back. Oh, he got bumped when it's off the post. Money had no boost left in the tank. Wellis off the ceiling. He's still going, and Money stays on top of him. Wellis gets the boost steal on the spawn, though. Dino ties up 1. Oh, they do not care. Wellis will slap that ball and hope that you don't expect it. Sosa, he tried to slap it, and Drury will catch it. A minute left. St. Edward's have been completely stuffed. Only 4 shots total compared to the 7 from Fisher. Money with control will keep him locked in for now. As you see Sosa and Kinsey rotating back. Another hard touch. Dino back over to Drury. Still in possession. Money sends it across. 40 seconds left. Still, St. Edward's unable to get down out of the blue. Cut off again.
Yeah, it has just been nothing but a challenge for St. Edward's here in game number 6. And granted, that just means Fisher, realistically, they are improving and adapting and pushing forward, trying to turn up the dial on, you know, their level of professionalism. And there it comes through. Great connection there on that ball. And now Fisher, they get a little bit of security for these last 22 seconds.
And Dino, I don't know if Dino should have went for the bump there. Kinsey had a good bit of momentum already, and Dino was just a little far behind. And going for the demo there typically is a lower risk maneuver as first man, but when Kinsey's already on your back wall and everybody's playing your touch and the rotation's so tight that way, going for that bump was just a little too much. And what a big goal for Kinsey to dole out over to Money. Sosa getting a goal as well, and the game ends, and we indeed go to Game 7. Champions Field is on the docket for the Fall Championship.
This is so intense and insane. The fact that Fisher College have kind of been, win-lossing with St. Edwards is huge. And we all said it. If there was a chance for St. Edwards to take Fisher College down, it would take all three of these players almost, I say almost, to take Fisher down. However, Money has now had his pop-off moments. 6 shots alone in game number 6. So we've seen Kinsey pop off. We've seen Sosa pop off. Money is doing it now too. That means that you are about to meet final boss Fisher in game 7.
Final boss Fisher in game 7, but it's really been St. Edwards that's been the Dark Souls boss here for Fisher somehow. In this game, they finally got to the final stage. And how is it going to turn out for them? Well, just really solid defense, solid rotations, and avoiding Dino, Drewy, and Wellis's attempts. Really, Drewy and Dino weren't able to connect on as many quality bumps. The timing not as perfect as it was in the previous game. So heading to Champions Field, this is it. Last life for both squads. For St. Edwards, you had double match point. I don't think anybody would have predicted you being in the driver's seat, but now we're both driving. Here's St. Edwards and Fisher, Game 7, Champions Field. No timeout for St. Edwards. They want to play right in and get this game underway. Can Wellis, Drewy, and Dino take down the Fisher Titans? Technically Falcons. Oh well. The Falcons find a way to bust through and end St. Edward's dreams here. Wellis will start the game with Drewy on the push. And Dino takes a risky third-man jump. Everyone's got to run already on the counterattack. Kinsey pushes it back to the side.
This ball's still up in the air. Opportunity hasn't gone away quite yet for Fisher College, as they still are on the attack for now. So this one's down. Money was all the way back, though. He's not really ready for that rotation to come in as second. Instead, Kinsey is going to be the one there. Money drives this one forward. He's going to take it low. Dino's got him red. Clears this one out past the mid. And now St. Edwards, they get to go on the attack. Something that they had done really well in the earlier moments of the series. But for now, it's getting a little bit more difficult for them to stay out there.
Ooh. Wifty there. That really wouldn't have done much for either team. Kinsey, just a little drive and pass, but it was denied. It looked like that one might have gone in. Still high touch, Wellis. Fish the ball back down to Drewy. And a bit of a scrum right now for possession. Money gets a free touch. Dino covered it up so quick. Kinsey playing it slow next up. Rotation real solid right now for St. Edwards on defense again. Wellis already up for this one. Good, solid, controlling touch. Yes, Fisher are ready for that, Wellis. I think getting a little one-dimensional on those high carries. It's a couple of times he's been immediately challenged. I think Wellis, to really make those mechanics flourish, you got to start mixing it up.
Yeah, definitely is going to take a new level of creativity to get past on either end of the field, right? Everybody kind of has started to learn each other's styles, at least within the last 2 games of the series. And the biggest thing has been aggression. Working together on this one, though, could be the answer for Fisher College. Not quite able to get past St. Edwards. This one's going to roll on through. Sosa all the time in the world to decide where he wants to take this ball. Dino is going to meet him up in the sky. No boost in the tank, though, could be interesting. If you can keep St. Edward's boost levels low, would be a little bit easier to get past them. For now, as we approach second half of Game 7, St. Edward's kind of at a standstill right now with Fisher.
Sosa, he had picked up a bump on Wellis, but didn't really do much to push him out of the rotation. And still a scrum in the corner. Drewy and Dino. Well, I don't know about that one, Dino. No boost. Drewy's on the ball, but also Drewy had no boost either, so... I guess it doesn't really matter what you did there. Sosa got through one, and it was saved. Well, Fisher's rotation, a little off that. Money had to make up for it. Drewy just wins the touch. Sosa's got to protect the rebound. He's flying in was Dino. Drewy gonna steal that boost. That was, completely calculated. It drops for Dino, though. Dino off the post. Rebound denied. A huge chance for St. Edwards to take the lead late in Game 7, and they get denied by the fourth man and the third man. Sosa just gonna take a pot shot. Thought he could catch Dino out. And no forced own goal either as it screens across. Wellis will get the catch, but he's got no boost. They need some help. St. Edwards slowly but surely getting starved.
Here they come. They want to make the challenges on it. Money just trying to bob and weave through the St. Edwards attackers. Sosa's up next, though. Able to get past Drewy with ease. Can he get over Wellis? He does. This one's off the backboard. Drew's got the read on it. Collects it off the top of his hood there. And this one's going to roll out past mid. Sosa's going to try and turn this one around. Can he take the shot? Does he want to go for a double? No, it's going to be a little more difficult than that. Is it head right into Dino's car? 1 minute left. Shot gets taken. It's on target and through. Kinsey gives Fisher their lead.
If you can't beat them, bump them, and that's the name of the game for Fisher College. It's Money taking Dino down and turning him into a chicken. With 58 seconds remaining, St. Edwards, they left meat on the bone earlier. One shot that could have been a little better, maybe they would have had the lead instead, but now they gotta work with less than a minute on Champions Field. Drewy and Wellis working. Dino coming in, but there's Kinsey to keep it underneath. Oh, there's Drewy. Wanted the pass to Wellis. It was too hard and covered. Drewy now back to Dino. Dino trying to move fast. Wellis underneath him. Dino pirouette. And Kinsey there to knock the play away again. Still 30 seconds. How about another cannon shot? Money stuffs it again. And St. Edwards just trying to find a way out. That's just a pass boomer that's not going to go much of anywhere. Drewy able to get that touch. Dino actually winning this one. Hang on a second. Wellis, no dunk on Money. And that's a big clear. Sosa drops on the redirect. And here comes one more try in the final 10. St. Edwards, their life, they had the match point. Now there's only 3 seconds. And the ball's in the back of their net. Cash Money in the back for Fisher College. Moving on Champions Field, taking down St. Edwards.
All the security in the world. 1 second left. It's impossible. It's theirs to win. You're moving forward. Fisher College, they had their work cut out for them throughout the series, but at the end of the day, they are them.
You make the big plays and you move on. Great return there from Fisher. Good response to St. Edwards, who played one heck of a series. Absolutely tip your cap to the St. Edwards boys. They played their heart out. They left everything out on the pitch that series. They played at Supersonic. They played with ferocity, and that is the least you could say about that team. But Fisher, they're one of the best in the East for a reason. They win the tough matches like this one that St. Edwards just gave them in 7 games. It is easily one of the most entertaining matches of the entire season that we've had.
Oh, for sure. I think, it's always so much fun when you see a school kind of, rise to one of these top teams that everybody is like, this should be a shoo-in, this should be a sweep, or I would at most give them 1 game, but St. Edwards took them all the way. They went the distance, and at the end of the day, Fisher's still Fisher.
Fisher is still Fisher, and St. Edwards, well, I hope to see more of them. I really liked what I saw from them, but them's the breaks, and the East is the East. You can't change the beasts. You can't change the nature of the beast. It's Northwood, Fisher College, and then everybody else. That's what the playoff picture has shown us so far. But GG's to St. Edwards. Fisher moving on, but we got more. Rocket League, one more series to end Saturday's edition of the playoffs here in the CRL Fall Championship. So do not go anywhere. I know you got plenty of percentage to go. We'll be back after the break.